Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with House of the Dragon. Last time around, Rhaenyra the Cruel. Where basically, the word was getting around, thanks to Otto and his team of PR masters, apparently, that Rhaenyra had ordered the tragic and cruel death of Prince Jacaerys. And once news got to Rhaenyra about this, she was genuinely confused. Like, I don't know why I really like that scene where she's just kind of listening to it and she's like, and they're accusing me of doing it. Like, she's genuinely confused by it. I love it. So, but she did very quickly find the real culprit of it, because just one look at Daemon and you figure out, I bet he did it. So yeah, there was a big fight between Daemon and Rhaenyra, and basically culminating in Rhaenyra cannot trust Daemon, and he is now off to Harrenhal, though. Meanwhile, back at King's Landing, you would think everything would be coming up green for Otto Hightower, but, well, the problem is the young ones, the green ones, are causing him the most headache. I'm surprised this man is still alive after the headaches that his family gives him, you know? Because, it's just a lot of things. It's just a lot of things. Namely, Aegon had all the rat catchers killed. All of them. Even the innocent ones. And then he informed Otto that, they need to act. So Criston Cole has acted. And I'm pretty sure that took about 10 years off of Otto's life. Just that. And what has Sir Criston Cole done? Cole sent Sir Eric, or is it Sir Arik? I think it was Sir Arik. Arik, it doesn't matter. One of the twins to kill Rhaenyra, which we did have a fight between the twins, resulting in both of them dying. We're not really sure which one, won the fight, because he just killed himself immediately, so. But it did lay to rest any doubts, so. And Otto was just pissed. He's just pissed at everything, and Aegon took away the position of Hand of the King from him, and instead has given it to Criston Cole. My God. I mean, like, if he gave it to Aemond, that would make sense, wouldn't it? That would make more sense. Not that Aemond has the experience or the knowledge necessarily to be Hand of the King, but he'd certainly be better than Criston Cole, the man who falls ass backwards into success. It is absolutely ridiculous. But now, I feel like Criston Cole is so much of a joke that now it's circled around the earth and become funny. Like, it's ridiculous. Criston is so ridiculous, but I kind of love watching him. Like, he's kind of now, like, he's the character that I love to hate, And I don't know, how many characters like that did we have in Game of Thrones? I did kind of love to hate Ramsay a bit. Like, Ramsay was such a bastard, but he was such, like, I don't know, there was something about Ramsay that was kind of, like, entertaining to watch. Apart from raping Sansa, that's not fun. That was not fun to watch. That's the thing, I don't know. Where am I going with this? I don't know. Should we just watch the episode? Anyway, I like Criston Cole. Not that I like Criston Cole, but he's funny. In a cosmic sort of way. Where did we leave off? Was that all we left off on? Did we leave off on a big twist or anything? No, I don't think so. Let's just get going. I've yammered on enough. Let's just move on to this episode of House of the Dragon. Here we go. Oh, I guess Tywin's a love-to-hate character. Yeah, I forget what I said about Ramsay. Ramsay sucked. Tywin's the love-to-hate. Yeah, there we go. Oh, did they add Jacaerys and the Rat Catchers? Oh, dear. I think that's a new addition to the intro.
Your false Queen Rhaenyra is a kinslayer.
Uh-oh.
Your uncle declared for Aegon, did he? Aegon Targaryen is no true king.
Oh my God. These kids are really wrapped up in politics.
You wouldn't dare.
I mean, this Davos isn't as cool as the last Davos. Oh, did he dare? Wow. Look at his freaking outfit. It used to be yellow. Man, you know, it's one of those things of like, who cleans this up? Like, this is ridiculous. Look at it. There's so many bodies.
He is the basest of villains. He sullies the grave of his brother.
Rest in peace. He was based.
Otto Hightower would never have allowed this.
I'm glad they know
Otto blood
that.
has prevailed, I think. There is no war so hateful to the gods as a war between kin, and no war so bloody as a war between dragons.
Oh, yeah.
I do not believe she wants it. What she did is not her, but the men around her who seek bloodshed. She permitted it,
I mean...
as you permitted the murder of a little boy in his bed.
Yeah. Can't control their men and their friggin' penises.
It breaks my heart to send my boys away, not knowing when I will see them again.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you have seen what may befall them here. Rhaenyra, I need you to be the mother to them that I cannot.
No pressure.
Teach them, train them.
That was tough. I think she gets it, but that's a tough call. Don't break the towers. Well, when you don't come through the front door, I guess you do have to kind of be at the ready. I love the way he has to hold his sword out like a cop would like hold their gun out.
I'm claiming Harrenhal.
Apparently so.
Meh. No arguments here.
Do you not think it strange that his father, my nephew, Lord Lionel, perished by fire, and his son too, here in this damp place? It was the first fire here since Balerion ended the line of Harren the Black. Even in summer we struggle to light the hearths. So
Yeah.
no, you will find no loyalty to Larys Strong here, my prince.
Your Grace.
I'd only assumed that as consul...
And we are reminded of the perilousness of assumption.
Meh.
Indeed. Something of a state of disrepair, since your forebear incinerated much of it with his dragon.
Well, that is precisely why we must bring it into a state of repair.
Meh. Or fix
You
this place
possess
up.
the coin, my prince. Your Grace.
Your Grace.
We march on King's Landing and take the throne.
The throne?
That is the whole point.
It's a big chair, made of swords.
Meh.
Your host is mustered and ready to march.
He enjoys battle. Smells good.
Oh, he cut his hair. Well, that's weird that now he decided to cut his hair.
So, Kristen, may I present my brother, Sir Gawain Hightower? Arrived last night from Elton.
You have siblings?
Kristen, how exhilarating to arrive at court after 3 long months on the road to find my Lord Father,
Not
who served
here.
3 kings faithfully, unseated as hand of the king. And by a man from such modest beginnings.
Yeah. I love their armored horses, though. That looks cool. Have we ever had armored horses in this show? Or Game of Thrones? I don't think so. I think they've just been horses. Oh. Alright. We're crossing land and going into battle. It's been so long.
If dragons begin fighting dragons, we invite our own destruction. Fear of it is in itself a weapon. The Greens will make the same calculation.
Dragons are just nukes at this point.
Prince Daemon is abroad, and Aegon's factions are enraged at the death of his son. You have never been so exposed.
Perhaps it is time for you to think about secreting yourself somewhere safe, while we remain here.
Presidential
as
safe room.
a source of distraction for the enemy.
You propose to conduct the war in my
It
absence?
would merely be a precaution.
It would be treason. You are fortunate you took it no further.
This council would do well to remember that their queen wears the crown of my grandsire, Jaehaerys the Conciliator. A prudent ruler, the wisest of Targaryen kings whose reign outlasted every other. Even Aegon the Conqueror's.
Damn. See, it's a back and forth thing. It's a back and forth thing, because on the one hand, I want them to just go to war already. On the other hand, Rhaenyra's probably right.
But should all come to ruin here, you will bear our hope for the future.
Your Grace.
Aww. Little Joffrey. God, I forgot how many kids she has. Right, at present she has 4, right? She has Jaehaerys, Joffrey, her 2 sons with Daemon, Aegon and Viserys. Does she have a daughter? I can't remember. She definitely used to have another, Luke, but... I mean... Again, another double-edged sword. On the one hand, yeah, I do feel bad that she just has to go take care of the babies somewhere else all by herself. On the other hand, get away from the war, you know? But she's away from her family, too. That's the biggest thing.
I feel sad about Jaehaerys. But I
Good.
ought not to, I think. People die all the time.
Okay, that's not
Especially
good.
Babes. They're so little, so they're taken so easily.
But not by dudes with a knife.
That horrid procession where the small folk all stared at me. I warrant they thought I had no more right to grief than they do. Surely they lose their babes more than highborn ladies.
I mean...
The stranger comes for us all.
I mean, how
Queen
many...
and commoner.
How many babes did Emma
You have as
lose?
much claim to grief as anyone.
Yeah, like...
There are diverse rumors whispered on the streets of your city. One such is that your grace sends his forces to battle, and in his courage and wisdom flies with them. Another is that his grace was outwitted by his councillors and persuaded to fly to war with Sir Criston, so the Queen Alicent may reign in his absence. With Prince Aemond at her side. Absurd, of course.
Laris. Just little fingers, just... Who spreads these lies? He probably spreads the lies.
Take on a life of their own.
My father always said he had no use for a master of whisperers. And yet, I find myself wanting for one.
Your father wasn't at war,
I should
so...
be glad of your talents. I think mayhaps I shall fly another day.
It does seem nice.
It does seem... Yes, yes.
Come out with us, my king. Sir Martin has a new squire that wants bedding in.
He's never fucked a woman. You're sworn to chastity now.
Of course, Your Grace.
Yeah.
Yes, Your Grace.
Yeah. I mean, he should get it. It's not like he's sworn to his wife's sister.
Who was your grandsire?
They call him the Conciliator.
King Jaehaerys. Thousand apologies.
Huh.
Please, continue.
Look, I really shouldn't be telling you this. It could cost me my head.
You are saying you're a Targaryen?
He's a cousin of Viserys and Rhaenys, or is he just a lying drunk?
Bastard brother to Prince Daemon and the late King Viserys. Uncle to the one true Queen, Rhaenyra Targaryen. The blood of the
Well, whoever he is, he picked a side.
Yeah, I'll tell you who else doesn't have silver hair. The rightful heir to the Iron Throne, my nephew, Prince Jaehaerys Velaryon.
He's your other nephew.
Oh, I said that out loud, didn't I?
All hail the king!
Be the first one to say it.
Drinks for all! At the pleasure of the crown!
Let's go! Well, that's awkward.
Did you fuck her like a hound? You see, I do not exaggerate.
He's so drunk he'll probably not remember in the morning.
Even now.
Still going.
Your squire is welcome to her.
That's just a...
One oar is as good as another.
That's just a completely nude man. They just showed a penis on here. I can't show that penis.
Cole?
Get to the trees!
Yeah, they're exposed by Sky. Oh. Wait, good catch. Oh! Woo! And I mean, they don't have any weapons to deal with that. She's out of there. You got lucky. Like always, Kristen Cole, you got lucky. Well, Gawain has shot himself.
Could you be certain it was Cole? From such a great height.
It was not such a great height, Your Grace.
I got really close.
You said not to engage, so I didn't. Exactly.
They scared the shit out of them, though.
Loose the dragons, root Cole out, and burn him.
Get rid of Cole once and for all.
I have heard your arguments. And will consider them.
The thing is, at the first, battle, all hell breaks loose across Westeros. Can she be the first one to do it?
Always coming and going, aren't you? And I have to clean up afterwards.
Huh? Oh, little baby Rhaenyra. Oh my gosh, that's... Huh. The ghosts of Harrenhal.
You will die in this place.
Well, alright then. That was terrifying. It's nice to see the young Rhaenyra, though. It's a pretty good disguise, honestly, since it covers all her hair. And there she is.
No. What? I must speak with you.
Speak.
If I could cry out, your knights would find me. I would be taken or slain.
Yeah.
Not before I killed you. And then what?
That would be that, actually.
Oh, I have begun badly.
Eh.
I have come to see if we may uncover some path towards peace. My dragons are restless. They smell battle. But if you and I may come to terms...
There are no terms now. You have no army.
Have you now stooped so low that you will countenance the suffering and death of thousands in order that your feckless son...
Your father changed his mind.
Oh, so you say.
Yeah.
So your father has proclaimed to the realm. I saw the king that night. Mere hours before I left him, he had affirmed my right to the throne. A right he upheld steadfastly every day of his life after my mother died. And yet you will maintain that his mind was changed in an instant. I will.
Yeah. Just real quickly, it will... Just like, oh, by the way, lied.
I swear this to you, on the memory of my mother. I have been at times unkind, but never untrue.
I mean, she's technically not lying, she just doesn't know the truth of it.
But you
What did he say at the end?
Well, let's hear it.
He said he was the prince that was promised to unite the realm.
What?
I desire peace as you do, but to Sept.
Did my father use those words? The prince that was promised.
Only Rhaenyra knows the legend passed down.
It's a story he once told. About Aegon the Conqueror.
There's too many Aegons. Stop naming kids Aegon. She did it too.
The Conqueror.
Mm-hmm. The original, you might say. The genuine article. Not Aegon the dumbass.
A terrible war is looming. And even victory may be so bloody as to be counted a loss. Do not let your pride blind you.
There's been no mistake.
Oh, boy. The problem is, Alicent needed to know this like 5 episodes ago. It is too late now. That it? That's it. Oh, boy. Okay. Okay. You know, weirdly, that seemed to go by faster than last episode. And it was only 2 minutes shorter. I guess that 2 minutes makes a lot of difference. No. Okay. Well, that is the thing, is it's too late. I mean, it's basically a thing of you can't put the genie back in the bottle, you know? You can't put the genie back in the bottle. Like, this war will happen, you know? And it's time that they all admit that, you know? It took 3 episodes, but I think we are now at the point where Rhaenyra will have to go to war, you know? She can no longer avoid it, you know? Even... Because, I mean, like, what could Alicent actually do, you know? How could she rein in Aegon and Criston and Aemond, you know? And Aemond, who can't even rein in... He can't even rein in Vhagar. He can only point Vhagar in specific directions. And he will point Vhagar at Rhaenyra. There's just, like, no getting around it anymore. I'm at least glad that... I mean, she denies it, but I'm pretty sure Alicent understands now that it's like, yeah... No. Viserys did not change his mind at the last possible second, you know? He did not change his mind at the last possible second. He was talking of Aegon the Conqueror. And the prince who was promised a different Aegon. Not Aegon the Second, but a different Aegon. Which Aegon was he? Was he the... I want to say he was the 7th. Like, he was, like, way down the line. I don't know. The prince who was promised to save the world from the terror beyond the wall. Or Arya, whichever you want. Maybe it's Arya. Let's not go into that, good lord. I don't know, man. It's... I mean, that's such a... You know the thing, though? Like, I feel like on some spiritual level, she has to... I don't know. Like, what can she think now? You know? that she screwed that up so badly. Now, here's the thing. If she had not heard that, if she had not misconstrued that, would all of this had still happened? I think yes. Because Otto wanted to install Aegon anyway, you know? Otto wanted to install Aegon anyway, so, like, it doesn't really change anything. Like, the only change is that Alicent is a part of it, you know? So even if she hadn't misunderstood that, you know? I mean, it is still kind of a dumb thing, you know? Where it's like literally that night, like an hour before, like that same day before he died, he reaffirmed that Rhaenyra was his rightful heir. It's just like, why would you even think that he genuinely changed his mind at what was quite literally the last possible second? I will say, it has kind of been a double-edged sword with this season, because, like, with where season 1 ended, with the death of Lucerys, you do kind of think, like, okay, well then that's the war in earnest. And then with this season, like, it's just been so... With this season, it's just been so, like we're not there yet, you know? I was rewatching some reactions to season 1, and there's the point, I think it's at the end of, I think it's in the finale, I think, of season 1, where Rhaenys is talking with Corlys, and she says, you know, that little girl is the only thing holding the realm together right now, because where every man in her court begs her to go to war, she's not doing it, you know? It's just that you would think after the death of Lucerys that she would just go for it and just, you know, forget everything, forget the realm, let's just go to war and get revenge. But still she doesn't. After all of this, like, she has waited pretty much till the last moment, you know? Criston Cole is on his way to Harrenhal to face an unready Daemon, you know? Daemon has a dragon, but that's all Daemon has is a dragon, you know? The Riverlands are in ruin right now, you know? The Riverlands are in disarray, he cannot count on them. And as far as they know, you know, they don't know if Cole is being backed by a dragon, you know? They don't know if Cole is being backed by a dragon or not, but, you know, it's a good thing that Larys was there, you know? Larys made sure that Aegon did not go out there. He was about to. Aegon was about to ride out there, and he would have faced Daemon in battle. Now, would he have beaten Daemon? I'm going to say maybe not. Daemon probably still would have lost Harrenhal, because if he's focusing on killing Aegon, he could not, you know, focus on that. But even still, like, you know, if Aegon goes out there, Aemond might go out there with Vhagar, you know? Darren might come in, and we may actually learn who the hell Darren is. You know, the third son of Alicent Hightower, apparently. The third son we never mentioned before. So, it's... like, this is literally the last possible moment. Rhaenyra has to do something. Rhaenyra has to do something now to help Daemon at Harrenhal. She's tried everything. She has tried literally everything, even talking to Alicent. But it's just not going to work. Meanwhile, Daemon is tripping balls at Harrenhal. Not even because of anything he took. That's just what Harrenhal does to you. The ghosts show up. The ghosts of little baby Rhaenyra. I say baby Rhaenyra. It's just younger Rhaenyra. I do kind of miss... I still miss the original actors for them, you know? Obviously, they're too young. I mean, just seeing her there, it's like, man, you know? It's like, she has not aged since season 1. And the character of Rhaenyra has, so obviously, like... I do obviously get why they've... I always understood why they changed, and it's probably for the best, but it's like, it's nice to see them. Or at least her. We didn't get to see young Alicent, unfortunately, but we did get to see young Rhaenyra. We had Rhaena. All these names starting with R, man. We got Rhaena, Rhaenyra, Rhaenys is ridiculous. But we have Rhaena taking the young sons to Essos. I think to Pentos, which... Isn't Pentos where Daenerys and Viserys ended up? I think so. Yeah, that's where they went after... that's where they... I'm pretty sure that's where they are at the beginning of Game of Thrones, so... That's good. I will say, because I was also rewatching some Game of Thrones stuff, it's weird now, going back to season 1, being like, oh yeah, Viserys. It's like... Doesn't feel right anymore. Like, to me, Viserys is Viserys the First, not Viserys the Second, you know? So, but I understand her, as well, Rhaena, because, again, it's the double-edged sword of, like, you know, yes, you know, you're going away from your family, you know, you're just going to this foreign land, basically, to raise these babes, but... At the same time, you are out of the war and out of danger, you know? And Rhaenyra trusts you, you know? Rhaenyra trusts you, and should everything come to ruin, she is their hope, you know? We also had, supposedly, the half-brother. Considering how nervous he was when Aegon showed up, I could see that being true, that he is actually Daemon and Viserys' half-brother, which is interesting. So he is also the grandson, and he is, what do you say, he is the bastard son of Baelor, I believe. Is that right? Did he say Baelor, I think? I guess I can look it up. Just gotta look up Viserys. Not going to be any more spoilers about Viserys. He's already dead, so... Wow, he was only in his 60s when he died. But he was just so screwed up, you know? Balon Targaryen. Oh, Balon also rode Vhagar, apparently. So... Is he... Okay. Doesn't seem to be... I guess it's Balon, not Baelor. So, Balon. I was literally just trying to look up, is he the statue in season 1 of Game of Thrones? But that's Baelor, not Balon. So, again, these Targaryens and their similar names, like, name someone Jim. Jim the First Targaryen. I don't know. Like, all these names are similar. Like also, am I insane that that Aegon's son is Jacaerys, but Rhaenyra's son, her living son, is, like, her oldest living son is also Jacaerys? Is that right? I don't know, man. Well, at least now there's only one of them we have to deal with. The other one's dead. Yeah. But that's the thing, you know? That's the thing. It's like there's too many with similar names. Like, branch out. Like, I'm so glad for Daemon. You know? What a different name. Daemon, you know? And I guess Viserys, technically, you know? Like, yeah, there's another Viserys, but that's long after this show, technically. So, our Viserys, in House of the Dragon, he was first of his name, you know? So that was at least good. But still, like, we have Aegon the Conqueror, which is why Alicent got confused about her son, Aegon, and now Rhaenyra has a son named Aegon, and a son named Viserys. There's too many, man. There's too many. And so now, Viserys' father was Baelon, but that's different from Baelor, who was the statue that Arya was at the end of Season 1 of Game of Thrones. Okay. So yeah, the half-brother, let's get back to that. The half-brother, it's interesting that the half-brother cares. Like, he seems to just be kind of a guy, but I guess he cares. He has laid his claim for, he has chosen Rhaenyra as the true queen. So, kind of weird, but whatever. I don't know, why does he care? He never knew. He even, I like how they point out, it's like, his hair is not white like Viserys and Daemon. And he's like, oh, well, you know who else doesn't have white hair? The true-born son of Rhaenyra Targaryen, Jacaerys. He doesn't have white hair, so it's like, alright. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm curious what the point of him was, Like, why did we have to learn about their half-brother? I imagine Viserys and Daemon never knew of him, I don't know. I don't know what else to really say with this episode. It's like, it was literally a lot of just, like, patience. Like, just hold still, There's just a lot of that, really. I did like meeting, Gwaine Hightower, Alicent's brother. Like, that was interesting. I like seeing that. I like that he just kind of immediately, I feel like he kind of suspects something about Kristen just immediately, It's like, something with this dude. Something with this dude's weird, I don't know. I mean, he can easily see just like, oh, my father, who was handed the king for 3 different kings, and has now been replaced by a guy with such lowly origin. Like, he's just kind of looking at things like, something's not right here, So, I don't know, but to Cole's credit, he wasn't the worst in this episode. Like, namely, like, when he realized they were exposed and he told them to get to the trees. Like, that was at least good. That was something smart. A broken clock is right twice a day, I guess. That's Kristen Cole. I guess that's it. What will Rhaenyra do now? Will she finally decide to strike or not? Is it time for a war? I don't know. You know what I almost wonder? I almost wonder if they're kind of tepid about going into just a war, because, and I mean, like, Game of Thrones, I mean, a lot of that show was a war, but when the story just was the war between, Daenerys and Cersei, that was kind of the point where the show tanked, like, Daenerys versus Cersei, and then all of them versus the White Walkers, and then Daenerys versus Cersei again. Like, that was kind of the point where the show really tanked in quality. So I wonder if they're almost being tepid about it, I don't know. Or I'm reading into things, so. But yeah, that was pretty much it. With all of that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of my House of the Dragon reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.